To prepare your pan for the fried pork cutlets, use 2 tablespoons of Crisco oil to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Hi, welcome to Jackie's Kitchen. Today I'm making you a breaded pork cutlet. Very simple meal for you and your family. Takes about 10-15 minute prep time. Total completion about a half an hour. Right here we've got our breading mixture. This is basically a cup of flour, a cup of breadcrumbs, a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, also a little garlic powder. I like to put a little Romano cheese inside of that too. I prefer Romano. It's not as bitter as Parmigiana, but that again is to preference. I also put a little bit of baking soda in this. Baking soda helps the frying agent, so it fries again nice and golden, nice and crisp. What we're going to do first is you actually go from the flour mixture or the breadcrumb mixture, whichever you prefer, and then go to the egg wash. Then you're actually going to go right back in to the breading mixture. You got your pan good and hot. You can tell, flick it in there. You can see a little sizzle come off the pan. That's a good thing. That's when you know you're ready to go in and fry. Hear that? When you hear that noise, you're at a good temperature with that meat. Again, go into the breading. We're going to take this all the way through the process. In that pan right next to me, I've got water going for my pasta that I'm going to create for you in a little bit as a side dish. Now, in my water, a lot of people like to just put salt in it. I prefer to put a little bit of chicken stock in mine, a dehydrated powdered chicken stock, or just use a can of chicken stock. Simple enough. Once you finish getting these nice and breaded here, you're going to cook these for about roughly 10-15 minutes per each side. They're going to be done. A lot of people are concerned with pork the same way they're concerned with chicken. Pork is one of those meats you can actually have a little pink, a little bit tender. Not so much cool, but pink. Temperature of the pork, typically if you get to 144 internally, your meat is cooked. Alright, come about 10 minutes into the first side of cooking. We're looking for that nice golden brown color there. Look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. That's where you want your meat to be. Absolutely wonderful. My water's getting ready to boil over there. I put together a nice little sauce that I'll tell you about here in a second too for our pasta. Alright, right here I've made a nice little type of moyu sauce. Maybe if they want to call it a ragu. Anything that's a gravy in Italian is a ragu. That is what ragu is, gravy. This consists of an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, a 14.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes, quarter cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of your favorite Italian dressing, doesn't matter which one it is, again a tablespoon of Romano cheese, as well as 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Little splash of kosher salt in it. You want to let this set though. You want to prep this about an hour before you're going to use it. I'm waiting for my noodles to come to a boil here. But this is what we're going to splash on the noodles as soon as they're finished. Alright, the water's come to a boil. I love using fettuccine noodles for this type of side dish. I also love to use Barilla. Barilla is one of the better dried noodles out there if you're going to use a dried noodle. This is only going to take about maybe 8 minutes from the time it goes down till it's ready to drain. Okay, I've just drained my noodles. And what you want to do is just to start a little moisture in the bottom of the pan. Keep the pan on a very, very low heat. Add just maybe about a tablespoon or such olive oil to the bottom there. And again with your Romano cheese, a little bit of sprinkle, just a light coating, nothing too much. Now we're going to get ready to re-add the pasta to the pan. There we go, nice, just a little al dente. And the magic sauce. The very end, before I add that sauce, I like to add just a little bit of a deep wine, Merlot, Cabernet, whatever. A little bit for the sauce, a little bit for the cook. Always works for me. Let's go in. There we go. Nice little light toss. Don't want to ever do it too heavy. Don't want to break the noodle, but again, that's the reason why I use the Barilla, because It responds with your cooking. I'm going to get ready to plate the meat up here. Showing you the final presentation of your 15-minute meal. Alright, here's your final product. Little sprinkle of Romano on the pasta there. Some nice little Brussels sprouts here, and let's cut into this and find out how she's doing. Let's see. Still nice and moist. Wonderful.